What's up, guys? Welcome back to another windy video. Today I decided, because I've been able to get some pretty sweet looking stripes, I had a couple people ask me how I got them or what stripe kit I was using. Now, by no means are my stripes incredible. They're just really good for not having a stripe kit. So I want to show you how to stripe without a stripe kit. If you guys don't know, if you've never looked for one or don't know what it is or whatever, a stripe kit is basically a rolling weight that hooks to the back of your mower that pushes down the grass as you mow, just like the deck normally does. But the difference is that adds extra weight, so it gives you much better stripes overall. They're more defined, they're very obvious and clear. But they're expensive. Like the cheapest stripe kit I've ever seen, I think, is like 90 bucks. And if you are like me and you have a cheap mower, you're not going to put 90 or 100 more bucks into this cheap, crappy mower. Or it's not crappy. It does this job. Anyway, let's not talk about that let's just stay on track here. So I'm going to show you how to get really, really awesome stripes with no stripe kit. And then I'm going to do a couple different patterns, mostly for the people who don't actually know about the different patterns, like single double, double double, all that stuff. It's obvious, but you never know. So that's what we're going to do. Let me set you up. Okay, real quick, I just did my trim pass, and I'm bending over so I don't have to adjust the camera away from this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim for the camera. I'm going to do an angle here, and I'm going to do one pass this way, turn around, do one pass that way, and then I'm going to slightly move the camera over to the side. I'm going to come back up, do another single pass, come back up on that same line, go back on that same line one time, and then one more time I'm going to do the same thing but twice, right? So this is a single and a return. The other one is a single, return, double, double return. And the next one is going to be a single, single, double, double, triple, triple. And that right there is you're going to see the magic that's going to happen here. By the way, this is at 2.5 inches back here. So it's not just you have to have your grass tall, right? 2.5 inches, I think, universally is not considered tall. It's considered, sure, it's going to be tall for some people who are mowing at like 1/4 of an inch or, 3/4, whatever, you know, I'm being crazy here, but and it's going to be considered short for people doing 4 inches, maybe even more. But I think, universally speaking, 2.5, I would say, is average. It's an average height. So we're going to do that, and let's do it. Alright, let's stare down that barrel, if you will. Okay, so you can clearly see, and let me take you in a little bit more into the shade. There we go, so it's not so harsh on my eyes on the camera. But you can clearly see a kind of two stripes. And of course, when we're talking about having no stripe kit and no roller, then the wheel marks are going to be your biggest indicator. That's fine though. The reason for that is, let's take you on the other side real quick. Just flip you around right here. Okay, look, you can't tell that there's a stripe, right? You don't see any stripe, but you can still see tire marks. Or these real mowing guys, and I know I have a real mower, but these real mowing guys, when they're mowing into the sun, they can't see their stripes because it's an actual stripe, and they don't have any indication like tire marks. So that's why tire marks are just fine, right? Anyway. Okay, so stripe number one pass this way, one pass back. Now, let's slide over here. And actually, in order to, no, you know what? Okay, no, I'm just gonna do it like this. Alright, that was the double. Now, it doesn't look like it on camera, but it does look like it in person. Okay, so here's the single. Basically all you can see is tire marks. So there's the incoming, there's the outgoing. Notice I left a strip here for in between, but there it is. And notice when you do a single, you have to overlap on a 21-inch standard 21-inch mower if you want the cut over, you know. But when you go back, you get the benefit of, so as you can see, I came here. When I went back, I had to overlap, and then I came back, and when I went back this time, I did not have to overlap. So when you combine this with like a double-double or a single-double or, you know, anything like that, where you're not doing one, you know, over and over again, then these lines here and these strips become super defined stripes. They become significantly more obvious. And like I said, once the sun's actually out, this is going to be even more obvious. So, yeah. In the camera, it does not look the same as it does in person. In person, this looks like two defined stripes. Let's come over here and do the third one. Now, I want to avoid the sandbox, so I'm going to do it right here. Alright, check this out. Whew, let's get this shade. I don't know why the sun really hurts this camera. Look at that. Those are two very obvious stripes, right? So let's see if I can't. It's hard to look at this stuff on my phone for some reason. But those are two obvious stripes, right? You can see one on the left, one on the right. Let me flip you around. You can even see it from the opposite direction. Yeah, it looks like stripes. But here's the thing. Here's how you actually use this to stripe effectively. Is what I personally do is I cut the lawn, the backyard. I don't do this in the front because, you know, the hill is such a pain. But what I do is I will mow everything first. All of this, I'm gonna mow it. And then come back through, same height and everything that I mowed. And then I will do my stripes. And what that allows you to do, is not have to worry about cutting when you're striping. Because in my opinion, that's the thing that throws you off the most, is worrying about making sure you get your lines tight to cut the grass. Don't worry about it. Cut your grass first. Obviously, if you have a huge lawn or you don't have a ton of time, for me, it takes me about 20 minutes to mow this whole backyard with that mower. And then if I want to stripe, it takes me another 30 minutes or so because I can just go quick. I don't have to keep everything smooth, you know. And then if you go over it multiple times, you know, like that, or even the two striper, or the two passes, see, like those. See, and on camera they don't look anywhere near as good as they do in person. They look great in person. And like I said, once the sun comes out, we'll take another look after I've mowed everything and I'll show you the effect. When you combine all that stuff together, you get some really, really awesome, good looking stripes. And not only that, but the lines from the stripes, just like with a stripe kit, they will last through your next mow or two. So like, I don't know if you can see those, but that's from my last mow. Or not even my last mow, the mow before that, I think. Might have been the last one, yeah. But, yeah. So real quick, I'm going to show you, for those people who don't know what the difference between these different styles is, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to do it right here so you can see it in the sun. I'm going to show you, real quick, let's do a single double real quick, okay? pretty decent. Personally, I prefer, and I don't know why I didn't do this, I just wasn't paying attention. I personally prefer to have the light strip be the single, and then the dark to be the double. So that means I'd have to be going this way on the single, and then this way on the double. Personally, single double, that can get confusing if you're kind of in the zone and you're forgetting what's going on. So my personal favorite is double double. Let me show you that. It's not going to look as good because we're in the shade here a little bit, but still. Okay, so double, double. So you may have noticed that I did something here. Instead of going over each individual 21-inch stripe again, I instead just went down the middle, in between them. And what that does is, see, you have your tire marks here, but then you also have an additional set of tire marks. And then you have two in the middle from the side, from this mow, and then you have this mow. So in my opinion, it kind of makes it look like a much larger mower went through here, like a 36-inch or a 30-inch cut or something. And then they just have like caster front wheels or something. I don't know, it sounds a little weird, but you know what I mean. But those look like defined stripes. And again, once the sun's out and really smacking into those, you're really going to see. And then of course you can achieve stuff like diamonds. This is not a real diamond, but it's going to look pretty cool when the sun hits it. So I am going to mow everything, and then I'm going to come in here, and I think I'm going to do double doubles going this way, so that way you can really see those big fat stripes. And then when the sun's actually out, I'm going to come out here and we're going to check in and do the wrap up and stuff like that. So see you then. Okay, so the deed is done. I mowed, and I ended up doing, and I still have a bunch of crooked spots, a bunch of bad spots that I could have fixed, but it's hot and I'm tired and I'm lazy. And I don't have a stripe kit. If I had a stripe kit, I could have gotten this done in one pass. Easy, easy squeezy. But here is the final result of using only the mower. I didn't do anything fancy. I just set it the height I wanted to cut. I mowed the lawn once, I cut it, and then I came back around, same setting, same blade, everything's still the same. I just went over it several times in the same direction to get some stripes. Here they are. Here are the stripes. See, these are double wide. See, something else too real quick, and I'll just explain how I did this. You'll notice these are wider than these. That's because on these ones I followed my line, my tire track, and on this one when I came back I went to the inside of that tire track. And then when I went back this way I went to the inside, or I followed along with this tire track. So these white lines are more defined, and they're the ones setting the definition for the dark lines. And that's why the dark ones are a little bit smaller, just by a little bit. And as we get more into the shade, they're harder to see, just because it's all scattered, but you can see where I got a little wonky here and there. But when we actually get into the shade, it's really hard to follow along in the shade. Yeah, you can see, okay, they look okay over here. But yeah, so if you like that, hey, cool. Another couple tricks you could do if it wasn't, I don't know, it's like 2 o'clock and it's like 95 degrees and humidity is off the charts right now. It's not really, I'm just, lazy, out of shape, and I don't like the heat. I also don't like the cold. I guess I'm just a baby. Anyway, another thing you could do if it were cooler or you were so inclined, is that you could put your deck one notch lower and then just push the mower without turning it on. Or if you have a mower that it has blade stop, like a Time Master or something that just has self-propel, you can lower your deck and just go riding along, and you really define those lines. Which I can't do that, so I'm not going to push it. Or if you already have a push mower, you can just not turn the blade on and push that mower around with the one notch lower on the deck. Or if you have a mower that will allow you to take the blade off and still run it, like mine can't. If the blade's off, the mower won't run. And I know most mowers are like that, but I know some allow you to take the blade off and run it for like transport and stuff. But yeah, those are a couple other tips and tricks here. And another good tip is if you did do like I did here, where I mowed away from the sun, then see, here's how the stripes look here. But then if you look towards the sun, see right now you can see them. But when it was in the middle of mowing, which was only about 10-15 minutes ago, you can't hardly see. Like if you're doing the second pass of this, you can't see where your lines are. You have to follow, let's see if you can see them. Yeah, you have to follow your tire tracks. So if you were to do this, you know, where the sun is to the side of you or something, if you're like, maybe if you're going east-west, I don't know. That's just another little bit of info for you. And then another thing, like in this case, I did like 3 or 4, I think, passes, right? Or, you know, back and forth passes, yeah. That can, if you have softer soil, or maybe it's really wet or whatever, that can cause you to get ruts. So be aware of that, be prepared. But if you don't go the same direction all the time, like I'm going north-south right now, I won't do that again for another, I mow twice a week, and I go 45 degrees every single time, so I won't do this again for another 4 mows, and by then we're easily going to get 1 inch or 2 of rain. Anyway, I don't need to share all that information just to do a striping video. So one more look at the stripes here in glorious 4K. I should resubmit my stripes to Jeremy of the Greener Lawn. Alright, I got these stripes for free. No striping kit, DIY or professional, just entirely me pushing them over. Okay guys, thanks for watching this hopefully quick video. I'll see how I can edit it. If you like this, let me know. Like the video, subscribe, comment down below if you want to see more stuff like this. I got some stuff in the chamber, but if you got an idea or a video you want to see or an experiment you want me to try, just let me know. I'm game, you know, why not? Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.